I'm going to throw in here very quickly the use of technologies of webinars that we're on right now, hugely under. I'm obviously very biased. I've run a few of these now, but it really is a terrific way to connect with people from all over the world. I think on this webinar, we had people from South Africa, Ireland, Germany, and the Netherlands register for this particular webinar. What I do usually is opening up first to Australian participants, then 2 or 3 days out from the webinar, opening up to an international audience through LinkedIn. And we always get a few international people, which is great to have them on the webinar, log in, sitting in Ireland, sitting in South Africa, sitting in the Netherlands, going through a program such as this, which is a presentation type webinar, in their own hometown, wherever they are. Yesterday, Keith participated by sitting in a car park in Bungadore. So it's a fantastic technology to reach out and to make learning really convenient and quite easy. I'm also able to do some pretty cool things in terms, and that's a little screenshot of the webinar registrations of a couple of days ago. And you can see actually we've got people from Milan there in Italy, somebody from Milan in Italy, from Ballarat and Cairns, Crystal Rock, Leipzig in Germany. So the statistics you can get, the audiences you can reach here are really quite amazing with really quite a simple and very efficient technology. Now, ClickMeeting, which is an online research agency, online meetings, I just want to show you a couple of statistics that they did from some research around the advantages of webinars from analyzing over 8,000 online meetings. And they found that on average, people from 2 countries took part in a webinar. The record that they found, get this, was 54 countries represented on one single webinar. I think that's quite mind-blowing when you think about it, that 54 countries can be represented in one single meeting for next to no cost. On average, there are 28 people in a webinar with 2 presenters, and the average time is 65 minutes. I'm happy to say that we average about 40 people on our webinars for our webinar, so we're above the above the average. From this research too, they looked at why people are conducting these webinars, and these were the main reasons: for educating existing or potential customers, for lead generation, for building a strong position on the market, converting new contacts, and making new contacts as well. For this webinar series, as I mentioned, we've had 409 registrations for these 4 webinars alone. Without a great deal of marketing, we do a bit of marketing and send out to sports, whatever, but without a great deal of marketing, we had 409 registrations. That's a good way of making new contacts. Imagine if you're an organization wanting to reach out and communicate with your members and or subscribers, using webinars is a great way to do that for existing members and also to making new contacts as well. And of course, making a new webinar recording. Now, I've found that with our webinar series, I can testify to this, that I'll get notifications each day of the people have viewed the recordings and the presentation slides post the webinar weeks later. So we are still getting notifications that people are seeing the recordings of those and all the material that's in it weeks after it's taken place. So you build up a really good resource of material, imagine for your sport, simply by recording the webinar as we are doing right now. Okay. Poll time. Again, I'd like to do another poll. And just again, it's going to help us for the next couple of presentations about where do you currently access information. Let me open the poll. I'm going to launch it now. And just give us a couple. You can answer 2. You can press on. You can vote on 2 of these here. Do you currently access information through tablets, through desktop, mobile phone, print media, laptop? If you could answer 2 of those, for example, primarily do you? It'd be quite interesting on this in the group that we've got here to look at where are you currently accessing the bulk of your information. Okay, if you can vote now, we're up to about 75% voted. Let's keep going. I'll give it a couple more seconds. We're up to about 90%. I think one or two people may have some problems voting on an iPad. I can see Mark. Hey, Mark, how you going? Have problems voting on an iPad, but that's okay. We're up to about 88% voted. Let's close. Let's have a look. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, you're now seeing the results of that. Look at that. 59% of people saying they primarily access information largely through mobile phone. There you go. 64% as top, for laptops, 59% through mobile phones. A few years ago, desktop was probably been right up there. 32% through print media and 32% tablets. So you can see here laptops and mobile phones are where people, in our very highly scientific poll just now, are accessing the bulk of their information. Thank you for doing that. Thank you.